Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast.
Hell yeah. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. We are today talking about chemistry yet again. This time specifically how something with 0 calories can be energizing to the human body.
More specifically, like how can energy drinks give you energy if there's no calories in them?
So yeah, we will be talking more specifically about 5-hour energy, but we will get into that more at the end.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Fletcher, tell me about how that looks like. How does energy?
So basically, in terms of 5-hour energy specifically, you have a little energy shot that's about 4 calories. But then there's a ton of different substances such as B12 and taurine and a lot of caffeine. And basically, from this, your body uses calories as energy. And since you're not actually getting any energy from the calories in like the shot itself, basically what it does is it uses these other supplements such as caffeine and other vitamins like B12 to kind of stimulate your body and make you feel like you have a boost, when in reality you don't actually have any more energy to burn. And like, so for example, according to the ACSH, caffeine blocks adenosine receptors in the brain, which basically blocks drowsiness receptors, so your body stops feeling drowsy and then you feel more alive and awake. That's just one way that it gives you the energy.
Okay,
so, yeah.
That's really interesting. And so do you know how calories would give your cells that energy versus how obviously caffeine doesn't?
Yeah, so basically the other things from caffeine is it boosts your cell activity. It kind of like, it amps everything up and it makes your body feel as though you can like burn all that, like all the energy, whereas like if you were to eat the food and it processes the nutrients, you get the nutrients into your bloodstream, you have all the you get the ATP, you get all that stuff, and it really like gives you the boost. You actually have the stored energy, you can use it. And that's kind of like the difference is like with this caffeine and all these other substances that are supplemented in, it's like you don't have the actual nutrients. Instead, you kind of, it's just like, it's like a fake, it's like a cover, which in some cases I guess like it can give you a bit of a boost if you need to be awake for an hour, but if you're really trying to get energy, you should eat food instead of an energy drink.
Right, and so all these energy drinks that claim to be energizing, obviously, they, especially the 0 sugar ones, you're not getting those necessary nutrients to then, like sugar, obviously calories, to then create ATP in the cell, which is, energy. That is currency of the cell, cellular energy right there.
Yeah.
So can't do that without sugar or carbohydrates.
And then just to like kind of go off of this, I'll talk about the other, just like real quick, I'll talk about the other vitamins and substances other than caffeine that is found in energy shots, or like the 5-hour energy shots specifically, and other energy drinks like less specifically. So first off, you got B12, vitamin B12, which Caitlin talked about last class. But it's kind of just like, it's interesting because we looked into it in the 5-hour shot, because in the 5-hour energy shot, it's like you want 2.5 micrograms of B12 as your daily serving, and in a 5-hour energy shot you have 20,000 times your daily
20,000%
time.
Yeah.
So like you have 20,000% of your daily
intake,
B12 in just one single shot. And so we kind of like looked at that and we're like, is there really any side effects? And realistically, there's not a ton of side effects. Some side effects, according to Mayo Clinic, would include headache, nausea, vomiting, just kind of fatigue and weakness, but that's kind of just like your body processing it out. In general, your body just filters it. It uses what it can use, and then the rest of it goes out of your body in terms of, in this case, in urine.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Then. So then what is the actual point in putting 20,000% B12 in a supplemental shot like 5 Hour Energy?
I think it's so, like, if I don't actually know the answer to that, I think my guess would be it's just like it wants your body to soak up as much as possible, and I think it's kind of just for like the looks.
Like the
almost.
marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want to be like, oh, you have so much B12, whereas like you really don't, because you're just processing it through your body.
So like in reality, you're not absorbing all that B12, and it's just
Yeah.
kind of excess in that supplemental drink.
And then just a question for you, like this is kind of like final wrap-up question, I guess, of 5 hours. It claims it lasts for 5 hours. So what were your kind of findings on it? If it actually lasts for 5 hours in every person?
Yeah. So caffeine in the body, the processing, how that works is it's based on your metabolic rate. So if you have a higher metabolic rate, you're going to process caffeine more quickly. So for example, athletes, anyone who's active consistently in their lifetime, they will have a higher metabolic rate, which means that they will process caffeine more quickly than someone who is not as active, which is interesting because 5 Hour Energy specifically markets to an audience that is active. Like athletes, they're like, oh, like before you go to the gym, you should take 5 Hour Energy. Before you go to practice or you play a game, take 5 Hour Energy. And this is interesting because the more athletic you are, the quicker the effects, the energizing effects of 5 Hour Energy will wear off. So yeah, there's that. And then also, in addition, from RMR, they say that other studies suggest that caffeine increases resting metabolic rate. So a continuous consumption of 5 Hour Energy would increase your metabolic rate, and then thus lowering the amount of time that you are energized from the 5 Hour Energy shots. So you know, their target audience and, you know, this like consumer base, like the more they take it, the more active they are, the less effective it will become. So that 5 hours, you know, maybe isn't quite as consistent or realistic as they claim. So yeah, caffeine it's kind of like a guise of energy. It's not real. It's like hiding behind a mask. You're not actually being energized by this. And while the B12, while that B12, it's there, it's not really doing a whole lot. Like again, it's you know, kind of keeping you alert, but it's not this like these high dosages they're not giving you anything more. Like it's not super helpful or harmful for your body. And then again, this 5 hours, it's not necessarily accurate, and it's a very specific claim on 5 Hour Energy's part. And it's interesting because I mean, like they're just kind of screwing themselves over by like advertising to this specific market and obviously wanting to build that consumer base and you know, keep consumers and customers coming back and continuously supporting the brand. So yeah.
And that's kind of what our research paper was on, and that's kind of our topic. So if you don't have any more questions, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Bye guys.